Stephanie Rios with Watsonville Wetlands Watch. Thank you for once again joining me as we continue learning about our awesome wetlands. Right now, I'm standing next to one of the 6 wetlands we have here in Watsonville, Watsonville Slough. To visit Watsonville Slough, you will have to make your way to Ramsey Park. Here at Ramsey Park, we have the City of Watsonville's Nature Center, which is a free and fun place to visit. Right behind the Nature Center are trail entrances that lead you to Watsonville Slough and other connecting trails. Here in Watsonville, we have well over 8 miles of trails. So let's take 1 minute to relax our shoulders, clear our minds of anything else we have going on today, and focus on the sounds and sights of Watsonville Slough. You might be looking at the wetland and have some questions. Me too. Even I have not yet figured out all of the amazing things that wetlands do. And so when I have questions about the wetlands, I depend on my wetlands in a box to help remind me why wetlands are so important. So, my friends, may I introduce you to my wetlands in a box? Can you see it? Here it is. I have some everyday items that serve as a metaphor for different wetland functions. Metaphors. Metaphors are comparisons of something else that do not use the word like or as. For example, learning is a piece of cake with Stephanie. That's your metaphor for the day. I'm going to shake my box around so you can hear the items that I have in the box. I will now open the lid and place my hand into the box, being very careful not to peek. Now, once I take an item out of the box, you and I will have to decide how that item could represent what a wetland is or does. All of the items in this box have something to do with the wetlands. So here we go. Oh. What is this? What does a sponge have to do with the wetlands? Right? What does a sponge even do? I know when I use a sponge, it's to wash dishes because they're so good at soaking up the water in order to wash them. Maybe that's why when someone spills their drink on a counter, a lot of people grab a towel or a sponge to soak up that water. So, how is this sponge like a wetland? What is this? A duck? What does a duck have to do with the wetlands? And what does it have on its why does this bird have a passport? This bird, like many other birds, are migrating. Bird migration is when a bird travels from one place to another over a long distance at certain times of the year. Think of the last time you went on a long road trip. Did you and your family ever stop to put gas in the car? Did you go inside the gas station to grab a snack? Or maybe even use the bathroom? Okay, the duck is going on a long flying trip. So where might be a good place for this traveling bird to shop, get a snack, or yes, even use the bathroom? What might this duck with his passport have to do with the wetlands? Let's see, there's so many things in here. What can I grab? Oh. What is this? A house? What does this have to do with the wetlands? You know, we just discussed how some animals move in and out of the wetlands as a sort of a rest stop. Can you think of some animals that might live in the wetlands all the time? there's a critter that has found everything they need here and has no reason to leave at certain times of the year. So what does a house have to do with the wetlands? What does a house have to do with the wetlands? Let's see what else I got in this box. What is this? I mean, looks like a piece of paper, but I actually think it's a coffee filter. What does this coffee filter have to do with the wetlands? How does a coffee filter even work? Well, it's a filter, right? Coffee grinds go on the top. Hot water gets poured over them. The filter keeps the coffee grounds on this side of the paper, right? And only liquid goes out the other end. So how is this coffee filter like a wetland? Let's see what I grab. Oh. A bicycle? What does a bicycle have to do with the wetlands? Think about the trails that lead out to the wetlands. What are some ways people move around on those trails? I can think of a few ways. You can walk, run, or even ride your bike on our city trail system. So what might this bike have to do with the wetlands? It's got something else. What is this? Right? If you don't know what this looks to me like a blackberry bush. So what does this blackberry plant have to do with the wetlands? Did you know that we have wild berries that grow in the wetlands? Berries are not just grown in farms for people to consume. They also grow wild in nature for the animals to eat. So what might those berries have to do with the wetlands? Wow, so many questions, right? Maybe you already knew how some of these items may have related to the wetlands, but did you know all of them? Let's go through and see if you understand the 3 key metaphors that we went through today. All right? So, how are wetlands important for humans? Well, they help prevent floods and are a fun recreational place for people to enjoy the outdoors. What objects represent them? The sponge and the bike, right? So how are wetlands important to all the wildlife? They provide a home, provide animals with food, and are a migration stop for birds. What objects represent that? The house, the berries, and our duck friend. And how are the wetlands important to water quality? They help filter the water, right? What object represents that? The coffee filter. Congratulations! You officially understand the 3 reasons why wetlands are so important. Do you think you can do this activity on your own with your friends and family? For today's activity, you will need a few items to create your very own wetlands in an envelope. You'll need a pair of scissors, an envelope, and the wetland metaphor images. The first step is to cut out each of the 6 images following those dotted lines. Next, label your envelope using a marker or a crayon. Make it your own, but be sure to label it as a wetland in an envelope. Then, play this activity with everyone in your house, friends, family. See how many metaphors they can come up with. If you are wanting to learn more about wetlands and how to help preserve them, visit us at www.watsonvillewetlandswatch.org. See you next time.